Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new video. My name is Nadia, and I'd like to show you how I made a microwavable deep conditioning heat cap. It is definitely sweater weather here in the Netherlands, and I thought I could make this cap so I can do some hot oil treatments on my hair to help it through these colder months. So, make yourself a nice cup of tea, and then we are ready to get started. I'm going to be using an old dye-stained towel and a flannel shirt that I stole from my boyfriend for the outside layers of my cap. It is important that the fabrics you use are 100% cotton, because we will be heating this in the microwave repeatedly. I tried choosing some thicker fabrics to hopefully keep the heat trapped longer inside the cap. Next, I cut out a circle of each fabric with a diameter of 50 centimeters. Now, if I went and made this cap again, I would probably make it a bit bigger, but this was the size that fit the towel I used. Finally, I used some leftover white cotton I had to cut another 2 pieces of the same size for the inside layer. We will be padding this inside layer with flax seeds, so we can heat it up in the microwave and use it to add prolonged gentle heat to deep conditioning or hot oil treatments. Basically a heat pack for your hair. Before we can do that, we first have to iron our layers of fabric. Next, we're going to be forming the pockets that we're going to be filling with flax seeds. To create these pockets, I'm going to be folding my fabric in half, and since it's cotton, it creases very easily. Then I just mark the fold. I keep repeating this process until my circle is divided in 8 equal slices. I'm curious if you guys do anything different with your hair during the colder months, or if you just continue on as normal with your hair routine. We now have arrived at the actual sewing part of this tutorial, so let me just grab my machine and we can continue. I'm going to be sewing my 2 inner pieces together using the marks I just made as a guideline for my stitch lines, basically creating 8 pizza pockets for now. Just a sneaky reminder that if you enjoy my content, I would absolutely love it if you could subscribe to my channel. Next, I'm going to be marking 3 points on each line to create 3 circles, measuring from the center of the circle to 7, 14 and 21 on each radius of the circle. Then I'll connect these points to create 3 new circles. We can now start filling our pockets. I'm using whole flax seeds and start filling a pocket until the flax seeds hit my first line. Then I use a needle and thread to paste this first little pocket shut so I can keep filling up my first circle. I filled mine up quite full because I don't want the flaxseed to move around too much when I wear my cap. This will make the heat your cap radiates more even across your scalp. Then I just repeat this process of filling a pocket with flax seeds and basting it shut. After I finish up filling my first circle, I take it to my machine and stitch all the way around. You can then take out your basting thread and your first circle of padding is all done. Now let's repeat this process for the next circle. When I got to the bigger pockets, I would sometimes sew up my pockets about halfway and then add more flax seeds instead of just throwing them all in at the start. This tended to be a bit less messy, but either way works just fine. I'm using a zipper foot to get as close to the flax seeds as I can without actually sewing through it. And there's the second circle all done. Now let's repeat this one more time for the final outer ring. And there we go, all done with the heating element of our cap. This would also probably make a great heat pack just like this, but we are not done just yet. Let's turn this into an actual wearable cap. Grab your towel circle and place it right sides up on your padding. We're going to be pad stitching these two layers together so we can treat it as one layer after this. I'm just doing 1 hourglass of pad stitching, following my previous stitch lines, and once all around the edge. That should be enough to keep everything in place. Next, grab your flannel layer and put it right sides together with your towel layer. Pin around the edge and then sew all around, making sure to leave an opening free. Then use the opening to turn your cap right sides out. Your filling layer should now be hidden on the inside. Next, we're going to be creating a channel at the edge of our cap for our elastic to go through. Just stitch a circle 1.5 centimeters away from the edge of your cap. Finally, I'm using a blunt needle to feed my elastic through the channel I just made, making sure to pin the end of my elastic on the outside so it doesn't slip through. Then I tie it off to check my fit, and once I'm happy with the elastic, I knot it and put the rest of the elastic inside the cap. You can now turn in your raw edges and just stitch the last bit closed by hand. And there you go, your reheatable cap is done. Now, here is how I use it. It's the night before I wash my hair and I put castor oil on my roots and coconut oil on my ends for a deep conditioning treatment. I spend a bit of time massaging the oils on my scalp and then I twist all of my hair up on the back of my head and cover it with a plastic cap to protect my heated cap from the oil. Now take your cap and put it in a clean microwave for 30 to 45 seconds. Then turn your cap inside out and repeat. Do it one more time and your cap should be nice and warm. Make sure to not put your cap for more than 3 minutes total in the microwave. This is supposed to be a gentle heat, so it should never feel too hot when it's on your head. I absolutely love how mine turned out. My cap stays warm for around 40 minutes and it feels absolutely lovely to use during these colder times. Now mine was made with my head and hair in mind, so you might have to adjust the size to get it right for your head and hair. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch my video and I'll see you next time. Bye!